Hey superstars, it's your girl Malika, aka Miss Magic. Today we are making Grandma's best kept secret, her moist southern cornbread. But first, if you are new here, welcome to my channel. Thank you for coming. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. Give me a big thumbs up and hit that notification bell so you can be alerted when I do post another video. Alright, like I said, we are making Grandma's best cornbread dressing. No eggs involved in this dressing. Let's get started. Alright guys, so the first thing you're going to need is a pan of cornbread, duh. So we're going to go ahead and make up this cornbread the day before. I have a dedicated video on how to make cornbread. If you don't know how to make cornbread, you can always just use the instructions on the back of a bag of cornbread mix. So you want to set this out on your counter, and you definitely want it to be a day old, so sit it out all night. Alright guys, so now we're going to make this broth. This is it. This is Grandma's secret. It is homemade broth. This is what is going to set your southern cornbread different from anybody else's. We're not using none of that store-bought stuff. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with store-bought. We just not using it today. It's Thanksgiving. It's the holidays. We're going to make our own. And this is what's going to make your dressing right. All I did is bought 2 chicken backs. I got gizzards, which I'm going to use as my giblets. And then I'm going to go ahead and season them up. Giblets are simply what's left in the turkey or chicken, the heart, not the neck, but the heart, the gizzards, and the liver. We're only going to use gizzards today. I bought a package of gizzards for like $1.35. My chicken backs were like $1. And we're about to make the best chicken broth that you've ever tasted in your life. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out these gizzards and these chicken backs. I'm going to use some Goya seasoning. So we're going to go ahead. You season up all of this before you put it in your water. You're going to go ahead and season this real good. I'm going to also use maybe about 2 teaspoons of pepper, 2 teaspoons of complete seasoning. And guys, let's be clear, I do not measure anything at all. I usually go by eye. I eyeball it. I'm just trying to give you guys a little, estimate of what I think you should put in there. All right, so now you're going to fill up a pot of water, and we're going to get ready to make our chicken broth. Go ahead and place your chicken and your gizzards that you have already seasoned directly in the water. And then now we're going to go ahead and we're going to boil this, and probably it's going to be between 1.5 to 2 hours because you want that broth to get nice and seasoned and perfect. All right, guys, once our broth has cooked and cooled, we are ready to assemble our dressing. All right, so you see I have my cornbread, and I forgot to tell you guys, you're going to need maybe 4 to 6 slices of white bread. You can use wheat. I actually toast my bread. If you want to leave your bread out for a day, you can. Actually, you're going to need 3 stalks of celery and onion that I have already chopped and I've sauteed. And we are ready to assemble. I got a cream of chicken soup. You don't have to use cream of chicken soup. I just feel like this gives it that extra. So go ahead, start shredding up your bread into pieces. I use all of it. Some people don't like the butt and the top part of the bread, but I do. I use every last piece of the bread that I toasted. Once again, like I said, you don't have to toast your bread. You can leave it out for a day like day old bread. However, I don't know. I think I just like that crunch of that toast in my dressing. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do that. Once you've shredded off all your bread, now you're ready to just go ahead and crumble your cornbread directly with the bread, and this will be very easy. A great cornbread that you have made crumbles super easy, so go ahead and use all that. My cornbread is done. It is done. Now you might find some grandmas that want a little crunchy, a little more crunchy, overcooked cornbread for the crust for your dressing, but I like mine just like this. But if you want to cook your cornbread a little bit longer, you want a little black on there, that's just old school, then go ahead and cook it a little longer and put a little black on there. It is totally up to you. But let's go ahead and finish crumbling our cornbread. Alright guys, so once you have finished mixing your cornbread with your bread, we are ready to go ahead and add our sauteed vegetables. Make sure you get all of that celery onion that you have sauteed into your cornbread. Once you are done doing that, go ahead and give it a nice good mix to make sure that you have got the vegetables throughout your cornbread. Now, so we're going to strain our broth. We're going to take our chicken backs and our gizzards out, and we're going to chop the gizzards up and then just pull off some of the meat from the backs. And then we're going to simply just go ahead and place that right directly into our cornbread dressing. So now I'm going to show you guys what I chopped up. I chopped up the gizzards and the chicken nice and fine. So we're going to go ahead and just place that directly into our cornbread dressing, and we're going to give that a good mix as well. Now we're going to go ahead and add our can of cream of chicken. Once again, I told you this is optional, but it will make your dressing go over the top. So I'm going to go ahead and add that now. Next, we're ready for seasoning. I'm going to go ahead and add about, sage is totally up to you guys. I think I added about maybe 2 tablespoons of sage. Sage is definitely by preference. Next is poultry season, which is a must. You need about maybe 2 to 3 teaspoons of poultry seasoning. Next, we're going to add about 2 teaspoons of black pepper. Alright guys, now we are ready for the star of the show, our homemade chicken broth. You're going to add half to your cornbread mixture, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to get a potato masher or any type of fork. You can mash it with the fork, but it's better with the potato masher. Take your potato masher and then just basically start mixing your mix. Alright guys, we're going to talk about the elephant in the room, the eggs situation. When do people start adding eggs to their dressing? I did it a couple of times and it was just weird. It was like, why am I adding eggs to my cornbread? I've never done that. My mother never did it. My grandma never did it. So why the hell am I doing it? Because a recipe told me to. So no, we're not doing the egg thing. Your dressing comes out just as moist and good without that egg. Tell me guys in the comment section below, why do you guys use egg in your dressing? What's that about? Alright guys, once you have got it all mixed up, you want to go ahead and give it a good taste and make sure it is the taste that you like. If it's not, go ahead right now and add whatever you think you need. If you think you need more sage, if you think you need more poultry seasoning, whatever you think you need, more pepper, then add it in now. After you've added what you think you've needed, I think I added a little bit more sage because I do love me some sage. After you've added what you think you needed, we are ready to go ahead and add in the rest of that chicken broth. And for measurement purposes, guys, you're going to need about 4 to 6 cups in total of your chicken broth. Like I said, I just eyeball it. Once I poured in the rest, and it wasn't even the rest. I did not use up all my broth, but I just want to make sure that it's a nice like gelatin consistency. If that works for you guys, so you'll mix it in until it's almost to the consistency of Jello, and that bread is going to definitely soak in that liquid. So don't be afraid to go ahead and pour your liquid, because you do not want no dry ass dressing. The broth is the key. So keep on mashing or using your fork and pressing it down and mixing it in, and the bread will definitely soak up that juice, guys. Don't be afraid to use your juice. Once you have got it to that Jello consistency, go ahead and take your last taste, because this is what your dressing is going to taste like. While you have got it wet, if it has not been seasoned enough to your liking, put some more seasoning in it. But right now, my dressing is perfect. It's where I need it to be. Yes, I double dip, but this is my family. They used to me. This is how I do. But if you're making it for somebody else, don't double dip. Don't be like me. Alright guys, our dressing is ready to go in the oven. We're going to place it in a 375 degree oven for about 45 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and wipe my surface off so that my presentation can be key. Like I said, you want it to be in the oven for 35 to 45 minutes. And that's just, you'll know it's done because it'll have a nice golden brown crust around, and then it will be golden brown on top. All right, guys, this is our dressing straight from the oven. It is golden brown. It is delicious. I'm telling you, you go over somebody's house and you eat dressing and they might have used some canned broth or maybe the box broth, and you say, oh, this dressing is good, but you know in your mind it's missing something. And then you come to my house and you taste my dressing and you be like, good dang it, what is going on in this dressing right here? This is fire. It's that homemade chicken broth. You got to do homemade chicken broth. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and we're going to taste test it. And I'm going to show you guys how fork moist and oh, look at that right there. Yeah, they're going to be like, woo-wee. Shh, Miss Magic has to make the dressing every time. Period. Point blank period. All right, guys, I want to thank you for watching. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. Give me a big thumbs up and hit that notification bell so you can be alerted when I do post another video. I hope to see you guys in past, present, and future videos. Enjoy, and I'll see you next time.